A nonprofit founded in memory of a woman killed by her husband in Maple Grove continues to raise awareness about domestic violence. Shannon Sladden shares more in this weekend's Newsmakers.
Maria's Voice is an organization that brings domestic violence prevention education to every member of our community. So we are aware of the signs of domestic violence. We know how to label them and define them. We can have the courage and the kindness to reach out to someone in our life, maybe in our church, maybe a co-worker, maybe somebody we sit next to on the bus who might be distraught. We have that kindness to say, is there something going on and can I help you? So we're aware of the signs, we can safely reach out to people, and we can also know what are the signs of a healthy relationship so that we're really able to celebrate the goodness in our life too.
All right, you guys are out in the communities all the time talking about this prevention education. For some of the cities and groups that you work with, what does that look like?
Oh gosh, yeah, this year we were really gratified to receive a grant from Congressman Dean Phillips. So we are working with 15 cities and all of their employees within the 3rd District. So that's really a lot of cities like Bloomington, Chaska, Eden Prairie, Brooklyn Park, Brooklyn Center, of course Maple Grove, right? Osseo, Corcoran, Hopkins, who have all joined our prevention network so that they can bring our award-winning national video to their employees. So we share our prevention education with employees because very often a city has the largest group of employees of anyone, in that area. So we share our prevention education with them so that they can become kind of like foot soldiers in this prevention messaging.
Do you ever hear back from maybe some survivors of domestic violence or someone with a success story?
Wow, yeah. Last year when we were at the city of Maple Grove in Chalkfest, we're standing in this really busy area where people are walking by eating corn and popcorn and having a great time. And a survivor, and we know right away who survivors are, rushes into my booth and grabs my husband's hand and said, "Thank you so much for being Maria's Voice. You saved my life last year. I came to your vigil and I knew right then and there I needed to leave my relationship for my own safety. I did that, and here I am a year out of my relationship, and I want to thank you for saving my life." I don't often hear that, but that's a pretty profound story about the power of prevention. She recognized what was going on in a relationship. People helped her with support to professional resources, and she left her relationship and saved her own life with our help.
All right, and you have the vigil coming up again this year in October.
Right.
What's the vigil like for someone who hasn't been?
Oh, wow. It's spiritual, it's meaningful, and it's a really amazing way for any individual to say, I really believe in the safety in everybody's home. I believe that girls, women, men, my nephew, my niece, my cousin, my friend, everybody should have the ability to have a safe home. So we celebrate those whose lives have been lost since we lost our daughter Maria in 2020. And we celebrate those lives by memory lane, where people can walk through this winding path and see and celebrate people's lives. Like, did you know there's a woman who brought her horse to Dairy Queen every day? This year there's Amir, who's all of 8 years old, and unfortunately lost his life due to domestic violence in his home. But Amir has a great smile and is a leader and is an amazing young man in his family. So we really celebrate the goodness of our survivors, of those whose lives have been lost. And then we also have a beautiful rose ceremony where people from the community join us to really commemorate a life lost and celebrate their name so we never forget.
It's very important, and we have all the details on our website. We'll link to your website as well.
Thank you.
Lissa Weimelt with Maria's Voice. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Shannon.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.